call the member for Rockdale, who promised to behave.
What do you call him?
Many things.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr Assistant Speaker. I rise to bring to the attention of the House the ongoing issues of erosion along the shores of Botany Bay in my electorate of Rockdale. While report after report has stated that the causes of erosion along Lady Robinson's Beach are largely related to the dredging of the bay for Port Botany, unfortunately, efforts by the state government have been inadequate in combating the ongoing destruction of our beaches. At Carruthers Drive in Sans Souci, it was just 10 years ago that residents and visitors could relax on the beach. Now water comes up to the road at high tide, and many residents who bought into the beachfront lifestyle are instead facing flooding issues on a regular basis. In fact, seawater is flowing over the seawall and into people's houses during storms and at high tides, which is obviously totally unacceptable. Mr Speaker, in late 2015, I last met with the RMS in regards to their ongoing funding of stopgap solutions to the erosion and sand movement problems along the Botany Bay foreshore. Our community has given the short-term solutions which were proposed by Roads and Maritime Services a chance, but unfortunately they have proven to be just a waste of money. We need a permanent solution. And it is incumbent upon the state government, which receives the benefits of Port Botany, to stump up the cash, make good and take responsibility for the destruction of our beaches caused by the port. Mr Speaker, efforts by the RMS over the last few years have largely involved the trucking of sand from one end of the bay to the other, costing the taxpayers around $500,000 per year. Sadly, this short-term fix has proven to be a case of throwing good money after bad, with the transported sand being washed away within weeks of RMS efforts, when the engineering reports relied on stated that this fix would work for most of the year. Port Botany is a state-significant economic hub, and it is only fair that a very small part of that economic benefit flows back to protect and remediate our beautiful natural environment surrounding the bay, particularly our beaches, which provide so much enjoyment to the local community. It is a sad situation when we have jetties which are now sitting on sand and water, lapping against rocks where there used to be beaches. The entire character of the bay has changed, and the state has a positive obligation to fix this. So, Mr Speaker, what my community is asking for is not a handout from the state, it is the fulfilment of a long-standing understanding between the former Rockdale Council and its successor Bayside and the state government that money would be set aside from the profits of Port Botany to deal with the externalities of the port, particularly its impact on water and sand movements within Botany Bay. Mr Speaker, while 8 groins were provided by the state government back in 1997 as part of the restoration of the foreshore, in recent years repairs have not kept up with damage caused by waves and storm surges, and many of these are badly in need of repair and expansion. Furthermore, we need additional groins which comply with modern understandings of wave movements and sand retention techniques to prevent the total disappearance of our beaches along Botany Bay. It should not fall to the local council to deal with what is a state government issue, and it is vital that this issue receives the Minister's immediate attention before further damage is done, or worse still, the existing groins allowed to collapse, which would not only accelerate the rate of damage but incur massive additional costs in their replacement. Mr Speaker, the erosion which has been allowed to occur is a serious safety issue, with a drowning and several near drownings occurring in recent years. Because of the massive foreshore and sand movements which occur, there are dramatic drops from shallow water into deep channels with strong currents around the Dolls Point and Sans Souci areas of the beach. These led to the tragic death of Eamon Kasebi back in 2013 at Dolls Point, and several near misses since. Even strong swimmers have reported the dangers of these channels to me. And if Calimnian divers such as Ross Tudius from famed Calimnian sponge diving stock believe this to be dangerous, then what hope do inexperienced swimmers and children have? Mr Speaker, we must protect our community and our environment from the impacts of the port on the foreshore of Botany Bay. And I would ask the Minister in Roads and Maritime Services to engage with Bayside Council and myself and get this issue under control once and for all. Enough is enough. We need to take action now before our foreshore is lost to us forever. Thank you.